Hello, Cruising Crew. Gary here for Cruising Classic Cars and Hot Rods. Here to tell you about the Connecticut Classic Chevy Hamden Police Memorial Weekend Car Show, Sunday, May 28th. Hi guys, Gary here for Cruising Classic Cars and Hot Rods. Here at the Connecticut Classic Chevy meeting for the awesome 27th Annual Memorial Day Weekend Car Show. Here on Sunday, May 28th. And the rain date is going to be Monday, May 29th. This is the 27th annual car show at Quinnipiac.
Yes, it is.
So tell me, I know the effort that you guys take with this car show. It's one of the most successful car shows in this area.
I'm George. That's not easy. We love the after effects is when we are able to give away money to the local charities. It's process of organizing, right. but it's all good when you're able to help all these charities.
Well, the effort. There's so many spokes to the wheel, so to
Yes.
speak, of what you guys need to do about setting up the venue. Raising funds.
Well, yeah, the funds especially. You can't put a show on like we do and not have the startup funds because you got so many different items that you have to do, and it takes a lot. So we have a sponsor book that we do.
Okay.
And we have two tiers of sponsors. One is a general sponsor that gets you either a business card, an eighth of a page, or a quarter of a page.
And that book is handed out
that
to
book
the participants of the show, right?
Yeah. Many of the books are saved until we show the sponsor the next year what ad we actually put in. Okay. And that would, that helps. Here's what we did last year. If you can help us again this year, it would be great. The second tier is the $500 and $1,000, okay, which we have many of them. There is a third tier, and there's only one person involved in that third tier, and that's the Tagliatella family.
Okay.
And they've helped us with a large donation, well above any of the other donations, okay, every year for the last 20 years or so.
So this particular, this is the second year that the York Hill campus will be utilized?
Yes.
Is that
yes,
correct?
Yes.
And what happened with the change of that? Can you?
Quinnipiac is doing a $400 million renovation on the Mount Carmel campus. And they offered us the York Hill campus.
Oh, nice.
Which is a $52 million campus in itself.
Okay.
And it's, for the people who've been there, the view is astronomical. You can see Long Island Sound.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful view, great location. They've been perfect hosts for 27 years.
That's amazing. And this show, like I said, this show is known throughout the area and beyond. It's always well attended. Now, I'm going to guess anywhere between 500 to 1,000 cars every year. Am I safe to say that, or?
We will fill a parking lot.
Yeah.
Mount Carmel, we had to shut off at about 525 525 show cars in addition to our own.
Oh, wow.
And now I don't know how much York Hill holds, but that's probably going to be 500 cars.
Oh, wow.
At least, yeah. And they actually can fit more cars up at York Hill, but they're a little more spread out than they were at the Mount Carmel site. But
this particular show is dedicated to who this year?
Well,
Arlette.
Jack Kennelly passed away a few years ago, and just before the show, and Jack and I put this whole show together. Our club had started a year before, and he was, with the police department in Hamden, and that's how we got our connection with the police department, and great bunch of officers, and Jack and I went to school together.
Oh, nice.
And we had the car club who knew how to put on a show, and it kind of worked out good. So that's how it started. The short story how it started, and Quinnipiac was gracious enough to give us the Mount Carmel site. Just do what you got to do.
Yeah,
keep
that
it
site,
clean.
I mean, that whole venue area with in the background with Sleeping Giant and everything, it's beautiful. Go ahead, Tom.
We were only the second group that Quinnipiac ever allowed to use their facilities. The first one was Joe Namath.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So we were in pretty good standing. And when Jack Kennelly made the deal up for us to get into Quinnipiac, we had a good image to hold up.
Right, right.
And the thing that as George was saying, and you were saying, what it's gone to, we have 4 scholarships at Quinnipiac, 2 at Southern Connecticut, 2 at Gateway. This is what our club has been putting on for all these years.
Wow.
So it's going back to the community.
Right.
It's going back to the scholarships plus all the donations that we do throughout the state, and we try to keep them local.
Yep.
And the local chapters of all the charities, and it's.
Well, I remember speaking to you in the past about the amount of charity work your club has endured and had given away is remarkable with all the charities that you guys helped and touched.
Ronnie has made a list. We've given at least $700,000 over our career, but it could be as simple as Amy O'Neill Fund. We supported her for 4 or 5 years.
Right.
Wow.
Our first was the Connecticut Special Olympics, and we were a bunch of guys who had never put on a car show before, and it's like, what could we do? When we gave them a check for $10,000, we were proud.
Yes.
And that was our first show.
That's amazing. And now I hear that you mentioned Gateway. Gateway has a little soft spot, right, with the STEM careers, science, technology, engineering, mathematics. The STEM careers is very much needed today. So having a scholarship for Gateway, especially in the automotive world,
Yes.
they have a great program there. So that's nice to hear for the support of that.
And the other thing, Ron takes care of our website. Great job at our website. And all of
Speaking
the
of
charities.
that website, what is the website?
CTClassicChevy.com. Very simple.
CTClassicChevy.com.
And if you go on the website, it's pretty organized, and if I have to say, and you could see all the contributions that were made, to the charities that we made contributions to in the past.
Nice. So you documented even on the website.
Yes.
Of all the support that you gave.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
And Ron handles that and does that, the website, and puts all the local shows on the website with flyers and whatever, and it's
That's painstaking.
yes.
That's tough to
It's a lot
keep
of
a website up and running and fresh. You know.
And what Ron does also is, my name is Bob, by the way, and he'll put all the shows, photos from the past all the way to the present on there too.
Oh,
So
of the
we
shows.
have all the shows, all our shows
Okay.
for 27 years.
Nice. Now I know you guys had been at Glenwood for many years,
Yes.
and that kind of came to a close at that point. But you had another venue. Anybody want to talk about the other venue that may be coming up soon?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
P&M Market. It's just pretty much a mile away from where Glenwood is, towards Cheshire, and it's a small, nice venue, Italian food, and I actually Jim can talk a little bit more about it. He actually works there now, but he
I work
was,
at the New Haven store, which was, I actually sold it to the current owner. I've been there 56 years.
Oh, no kidding.
And,
It's good food, by the way. I gotta say, I like
Oh,
going there.
yeah. The pizza.
Yeah.
yeah, so when, when George told me that, they were looking for another venue, actually, he approached them when it was the previous owner.
Right.
Before it became P&M.
Oh, okay.
So P&M bought the building and the property in the interim, and then kind of kept the ball rolling to say, well, yeah, you kind of got a commitment from the previous owner, we'll do the cruise nights there.
Oh, nice.
He's got was 47 spaces or something
Yeah,
like that
something
in
like
there.
that. Yeah,
we
It's
plan on-
nice. I've been there. I think I done a couple of ads there,
Yeah.
and then when they open it up, you got a little patio section there.
There's overhead
Good
doors.
food, sandwiches, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So if you are in the area, swing by on Thursdays P&M on Whitney.
Yeah,
That's a nice cruise.
this year, we're actually going to do some specials on Thursdays. Hamburger, hot dog specials, French fries. So for the people that don't want to go in and have a big meal, they can have a hamburger, hot dog, French fries, soda, and take it out or a slice of pizza. Take it out and sit by their car if they wish.
It's a nice addition. So anything that anybody else would like to add? Again, the Connecticut Classic Chevy Club has been together for how, when was it formulated? You guys go back a long way.
1994.
1994.
1994.
Gary, when we started out, we had never done anything, so let's put on a car show. The car show came out pretty good. Let's put on a convention.
Yes.
That came out pretty good. Then it was like, would you guys host an international convention? Then a couple years after that, would you like to host a second international convention?
Wow.
So we did 3 of those shows from our
Parent club.
parent club down in Florida,
Okay.
and plus
Those were judged shows, if
Yeah.
I
Photo,
1,000
yeah,
point,
1,000-point judge
Yeah.
shows.
So the winners of those shows or the vehicles that were judged at your show took a pretty high award.
They, very high.
Very high award.
The bronze, gold, silver, platinum.
they-
And if the cars are gonna go onto an auction someplace, it's mentioned how they scored.
yeah.
Wow.
And some of our members' cars especially were very well done. But it was like, putting on a car show was one thing, putting on a convention was different.
Right,
That's
a whole different,
there's
a whole different ballgame.
And a whole different caliber of vehicle.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
yeah. We
it's
had-
a whole week.
We had cars driving from Colorado, Texas, California,
Canada.
Canada,
Wow.
Yeah.
and they'd come down here, and now that car's gotta be in a show in a couple days.
Right.
And they put their work into it, but
And some of those got very, very close to 1,000-point cars.
we had 1,000-point cars,
Yeah.
yep.
Wow. That's amazing.
The-
Now,
the-
would you guys ever do that again?
No.
No.
The
Had to ask, though, right?
the national, our parent club sort of broke up.
Okay.
They really, and the thing that killed us, when we had our show in Rocky Hill, it was the $5 a gallon gas.
Yeah.
Oh.
And
Okay.
all of our out-of-state people, all they were doing was calling up and saying they can't afford to drive 3,000 miles.
Right.
And it changed rapidly after that.
Right.
And then it was like, okay, the bottom is coming out of it. The camaraderie is still there,
Right.
but putting it on again is not going to happen.
Yeah. Well, you can even see it with the last few years when the prices went up. Even the car cruises tend to get less attendance due to the economy sometimes.
So not only
Right.
not only that we did a lot of those international shows, but one in particular that I remember like it was yesterday was in New Jersey
Oh,
with
Atlantic
the
City.
Jersey Cruising Classics
Yeah.
in Atlantic City. We were the first to have cars run on the boardwalk and it's still a video somewhere that
Took
I've
them 1
seen.
year to get the permits. Every intersection had to have a police guard.
Wow.
From
Yeah.
our hotel on Black
And then
Horse
we went
Turn.
back a few years later and did it
Did
all
it
over.
again.
All over again, yeah.
They liked it so much in
Yeah.
Atlantic City, they wanted them to go back and do the parade again.
Wow.
That probably was the highlight of all those shows that we did.
Yeah, it was.
We've gone to Virginia and
With the
Buffalo
hurricane.
and-
Well, the
Yeah,
one thing
yeah,
that,
hurricane, yeah.
the one thing that you guys participated in that you didn't mention was the movie shoot down in New Haven.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's
Indiana
right.
Jones.
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, yep. We
Right?
had
And-
like
and the
20
Crystal
cars.
Skull. So
Crystal
I
Skull.
actually, you know what?
Did you see the movie?
Not only did I see the movie, I was one of those morons that thought that I was going to get into the movie, and I was in the line for an extra in that movie.
Really?
Now, at the time, I worked midnights,
Yeah.
and I got a call. I made photos of myself, all doing all these weird things and stuff, hats on, hats off, all this weird stuff, and I got a call from an unknown number, and I slept through it. And it could have been.
Oh, would have been you could have been.
It could have been a part. I could have been some schmo walking with a hat or something.
Well, I was one of the schmoes that they
Oh,
dressed
yeah,
up.
He was. Yeah,
They dressed
he
me
was.
up. They trimmed my mustache and everything, and they, I don't know, dolled me up again. I don't know what the hell they did. Excuse my, but they were. They had with an Indiana Jones hat and a vest and the whole thing. And,
He actually looked like
and,
Indiana Jones.
Now,
well, a little bit
there
different
was,
than
there was
Indiana
quite a
Jones.
few.
I'm a little shorter than
yeah.
Indiana
There's
Jones.
quite a few Connecticut Classic Chevy members cars
Oh, yeah.
in that show.
Oh, yes.
right? In that
20
movie.
cars were in the show.
Of your club.
Of our club, yeah.
We
doing-
never used reverse gear so much as
Right.
we did in that show. Because we were backing up and down Chapel Street and Church Street and,
Wow.
and
Do it over again.
all around Yale.
Let's do it over again.
Back up 2 blocks and come back down the road.
You know what though? That's something you'll always remember.
Always remember.
That's like a little notch in your Connecticut Classic Chevy Car Club. You
I'll
know.
tell you what everybody remembers. Not only being there, doing that, but when they were shooting all the cars, the sun was out, they had to spray the cars
Yeah.
with some kind of substance that dulls
The
paint.
cars.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it was wonderful.
And
Everything you tried to get the car to look like was
Was gone.
oh yeah, it was terrible.
Well, when it was all said and done, Paramount Pictures paid to have all the cars
Cleaned,
detailed.
Yeah.
detailed.
Cleaned and
Oh,
detailed.
And one
no
car,
kidding.
one car had a,
$1,200 to do my car. That's what they charged.
one car they had to paint too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
No, did it crash? Did it get
did.
damaged?
No, no,
How-
it's just
no,
the,
it was
the
just,
stuff that they put on.
The stuff they
and-
put on.
the special effects like a mud.
Yeah.
Oh, and it damaged the
It damaged the
Yeah.
paint.
of the
Yeah.
paint.
Yes.
Oh, no kidding! I didn't know that.
And the other thing they do, and you'll notice this when you look at movies
Yeah.
now, that we see now what they
Yeah.
do,
Yeah.
is they wet the streets so that they don't get the glare when they're filming. So we learned a lot.
Well, you know,
And it was
I
fun.
gotta give
We
you
had a
some.
lot of
I watched a lot of documentaries, of course, of Bullet.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For some reason, I like the '68
Yeah.
Mustang.
Yeah.
For whatever reason.
What's a
Now,
nice car?
Steve McQueen.
That particular car in the movie, they actually Scotch guard because Steve McQueen would say, you know what, no lieutenant in San Francisco would have a shiny car. It would be beaten up.
Yeah.
It would be just barely running, and he actually damaged the car, so on screen it looked lived in.
There's a
was
dent.
amazing.
There's a dent in the original car in the hood.
Yes,
You can see it.
and
Yeah.
it was still there, even though
Yeah,
they
yeah.
kind of
Well, that's
fixed
why
it
it
up
was
a little bit.
$7 million for
Yeah,
that thing.
yeah, yeah. Does anyone else would like to say a few words for the Connecticut Classic Chevy Club?
I'd like to say that about our show, not only do we get close to 600 cars, we also get over 2,000 spectators.
Spectators, right.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
The spectators really enjoy looking at those cars.
Nice.
Yep.
All ages too, right? Families.
All ages.
Oh, yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Oh, it's a family event. It's definitely, we have a clown that paints the faces of little children and everything.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
nice.
it's a family event.
We have more than one clown.
Yeah, well,
Through the
we're,
years.
we're a bunch of clowns, I guess you're right.
That's awesome.
I'd like to say, I hope the good Lord gives us the strength to do this again, because as you can see, we're not kids anymore.
We're all getting
Yeah.
Oh,
mature.
Good
I
word.
like that.
That's a good
What a
word.
word, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Gary for Cruiser with Classic Cars and Hot Rods. You can check the show out in Central Connecticut on public access television. We range from CTV to Nutmeg TV to Valley TV, and also on our social media pages. CCCHR 427 is our YouTube page, where we actually put on our past episodes in its entirety on that channel. The other channel that we have is Cruising Classic Cars, and you'll see past interviews, shorter interviews and vignettes there. And tune in right here to CCCHR Radio of our podcast on Spotify and iHeartRadio.
And thank you to all the
Cruiser
Connecticut
Cars
Classic
and Hot
Chevy
Rods.
members
Stay
that
tuned.
participated this evening. Thank you.
very good.
Thank you.